Hello, everybody. Hello, and happy Thursday. For some of you, I know it's already good morning, so it's like good Friday morning, Friday afternoon. So whether it's good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, welcome. I'm Tawana Carter, and I am a career transition coach, and I work with high achieving professional women to help them overcome that doubt and uncertainty that can come along with switching or shifting to a new career. And I do that by helping them to really understand and recognize as communicate their unique value. And also by empowering them to understand their strengths and abilities so they can confidently and courageously create success on their own terms and pursue a path of purpose that's meaningful to them. So, I want you to know that you can drop me comments. And I'm going to switch over to the comment page if you're on LinkedIn, because I'm coming to you from a few places. So, hello, LinkedIn. Hey, everybody on LinkedIn. And those of you on YouTube, hello as well. And those of you on Facebook, hey. And I wanted to spend a few moments with you today talking about, are you cheating yourself? And if you're living a life full of stress and fear and doubt, you're really cheating yourself out of happiness. You're losing out every day. You're simply cheating yourself, right? So when you're in survival mode, right, you're like surviving, and it feels stuck. You feel like very stuck into place. Resentful sometimes. You're like tired of people. You're tired of the same job, or you're tired of the same pay. You're tired of not doing the things that you want to do, and it can just make you feel very tired, right? And so I get that. I totally get that because it gets comfortable. You're not necessarily happy where you are in life, but it's comfortable. And when you get comfortable, it can really make you afraid to change. What if I make the wrong decision? What if I transfer to another job or get another job and it's the wrong job? What if the new people don't like me? What if my new boss doesn't like me? What if the commute is worse than what I have now? What if I can't pick my kids up on time? So all of that can really make you feel afraid and just stay kind of stuck where you are. Right. So what gives me the right to talk about this? Because I actually have social anxiety. And when you have any type of anxiety, it can leave you just feeling very afraid to make a move. It's like, it took me forever to get here. Am I really going to start that process all over again? Especially if you want another job and you're like, yeah, I don't necessarily want to volunteer to go have to interview with somebody again, to sell myself, to put a resume out there and worry about saying the right things in the meeting and getting rejected. Do I really want to submit myself to that? And so, yeah, you can just feel stuck right where you are. And so you stay. I did. I stayed in places just because I didn't want to have to deal with interviews. I did not, really didn't want to have to deal with interviews. So here's the thing, what I learned is, because I'm an introvert who also has social anxiety, I realized that I had to get stuff out of my head. I had to literally get it out, because otherwise I would overthink and overanalyze, and then now I would get analysis paralysis, and I would just sit all these great ideas, but I will be paralyzed sitting in the same place because I was turning ideas over and over. So it did help me to write out what I wanted, get all the ideas out of my head. Then also I had to learn to trust other people. You know, my thing was is I had social anxiety and I was embarrassed because I knew, for me it was like I felt like something was wrong with me because I was afraid to speak up to people. I was afraid of people in authority positions, and I was afraid of changing or rocking the boat, right? So I had to learn to get one or two people that I trusted and associate with people who were moving forward, not with someone who was exactly where I was, because I needed to move forward. And so I realized that I had to get around people, socialize with people, and trust enough to get that out. And if they had forward momentum, I could be inspired to follow and do what they did. And also, what I learned was I had to create a vision, a resilient vision. Where did I see myself? Because if you only see yourself where you are, then you just stay stuck where you are. But when you start doing a resilient vision, like visualize yourself, where do I want to be? What kind of job do you want to be in? What city do you want to live in? Like north, south, warm, snow, whatever it is, on the beach. Visualize yourself being in that place, right? Because that way you start talking, you alert your subconscious that here's where we're going to. We're not going to do all the big gigantic leaps now at one time, but let your subconscious start helping you move you into that direction, right? So again, getting stuff out of your head, that can be something as simple as journaling and writing all that stuff down. I started making the list. You know, I made a list that I want a new house. I want my house to have 4 bedrooms because I wanted each of my girls to have their own bedrooms. I wanted my house to be a split level. Master bedroom I needed on one floor, and all the kids need to have their own floor. So when I said go to your room, they all went upstairs to their room away from my room. But I had to have the kitchen near my room. Hey, not crazy, right? And I also decided that in this new house, I wanted a garage. I was tired of my kids getting wet, or having to leave them in the house and go dig the car out of snow and get all that stuff done. And I was like tired of having to go to the car, check around to be sure nobody was in the back of the car, if I had to leave it running to get it. All that stuff was like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I want a garage. I want to park in the garage so my kids can get in and out of the car safety. They're not getting wet and they're not all cold and all that kind of stuff, right? So I literally wrote that down, which meant, led to I had to get a new job because I couldn't afford a new house based on what I was doing, right? And so you can see how having that resilient vision of wanting a new home for my kids instead of an apartment, right? It led me to get this house. You got to make this much money. You're making this much money. So now you have to look for a job making more. Then I started socializing and networking with people. So you can see how little by little, and like I said, there were no gigantic leaps here. Little by little, I start to work that plan out. And in this case, it took me 5 years. I got the new job. I bought the house. It was exactly like I envisioned in my what I was visualizing. 4 bedrooms, split plan, 2 car garage. I was like, hey, I was happy with one. Got 2 car garage, right? So it started with writing all of that on a list. I literally wrote that out on a list 5 years before it happened. So that's how I know it works, right? And also, when you're talking about doing this, it's not just about like buying a house. You can be like one of my clients who came to me. She was stuck, felt like she was stuck in a job. She had tried and she had applied for jobs where she was. She applied for promotions. She just got turned down one after the other after the other. In 5 years, she came to me just very down, like, I'm going to be stuck here forever. I don't want to be here. I have things I want to do and ways that I want to move forward. So she worked with me. I had her visualize what job do you want? She didn't know. She just knew she wanted a different job. She never actually looked into the job she wanted. It's like, well, visualize yourself in that position. What are you doing? Who are you working with? What tasks are you doing? Right? And so she did every piece of that. She looked out and she found a job that she wanted. I worked with her to get the training, updated the resume that she needed, and then 2 months later she got promoted. Right? She literally got promoted. Now it wasn't where she was, which is at first what she wanted, but I was like, why do you need to only get promoted here? Why not another state? And she was like, well, she hadn't even thought about it. She never thought about it. She was just trying to get promoted in that one organization. It took her 2 months to get promoted in another state, right? Writing that stuff, getting it out of your head, visualizing, and then associating with the people who can make things happen. In this case, she hired me. And so that was just as well as is associating with people who could do that for her, right? And so now, if you loved what I talked about today and you really want to stop cheating yourself, letting stress cheat you out of your happiness and so that you don't lose out on happiness, then I invite you to sign up for my free lunch and learn. I'm doing a mental fitness lunch and learn where you can learn the what that your mind thinks and how you think, the reason why you think that way, the reason why that sets you up for the imposter syndrome, or just become so anxious that you do the overanalysis and just get paralyzed or you get overwhelmed. If you want to weigh out that thinking, sign up for my free lunch and learn. Like I said, my September lunch and learn is a mental fitness program. And I'm doing this class so that it's literally a lunch and learn. So you can do it 45 minutes to about an hour. You can literally come on your lunch and then on your lunch period and then leave. So I am going to drop the link in the chat so you can get that. And I know YouTube said I can't use some of these characters, so I'm going to take that out so those of you on YouTube can get it as well. So yes, go ahead and you sign up for that free lunch and learn. I will get you on my list, and when the class happens in September, because I'm going on vacation, so it's not going to be next week because I'm going to actually be on vacation. And when I come back, I am hitting the ground running. I'll get your invites out and we can come see the mental fitness to get you out of that stuck way of thinking, feeling like you're in a rut and afraid to take that next move, and this having stress make you feel overwhelmed and paralyzed, right? So this is Tawana. I do thank you for watching me. For those of you who catch this live, drop hashtag live in the comment. And for those of you who catch this on the replay, drop hashtag replay. And whether you're live or replay, let me know where you popped on from, right? I'm in Maryland, about 15 minutes from, or 15 miles, I should say, from DC. Yeah, and zero traffic, it'd be about 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, this is DC, so in traffic, it could be about an hour. So let me know where you're hopping on from. And thanks so much for watching. And I will catch up with you at the Mental Fitness Lunch and Learn.